Sorry for the turbulence, folks. He's harmless. He's safe as milk. Just a freak accident with some Jiffy Pop.
I love the history incarnate. Over the years, every form of human killing has found its place.
And today we were out of peanut butter. So I asked my sister what to give him, and she said a tuna sandwich.
I know what you mean, Jimmy. That's why I decided early on to sabotage my highly scientific mind with cartoons and sugar.
I remember seeing her out of the corner of my eye and walking up to her, and I was really, really nervous, and I was like...
The pleasures are mine, baby. Welcome aboard, little tyke. Your class, the high kind.
My parents noticed when I was 4 and 5, I was the kid putting on little plays for every Christmas for my family.
Whenever I'm involved, someone's hand gets all messed up. It's something wrong with me.
He knows this is a love letter, but he's still sneaking peeks. Honestly, it's no wonder the creep's still single.
Now, had it happened earlier in my career, I might be singing a different tune, but it opened the doors for me internationally. And so
I come to Springfield on a train with huge shoes on it, and I come to make the people of Springfield happy.
Pro heroes are always having to risk their lives. Some villains just can't be beaten without powers. So no, I honestly don't think you can become a hero without a quirk.
You know, I'm not Mexican. I've never even been to Mexico, you know, and but I knew I wasn't white, and I knew I wasn't black or Asian. And
It was, you know, in high school I got really serious about it, and I did speech and plays, and I was in this community program called Break the Cycle.
Step 1 on your path to a happier union. You have 45 minutes to clean this room, but you can't talk to each other. Not one word. Trust me on this.
My little cousin called me, or she texted me, she's like, "Are you dead?" And I just didn't respond.
I just read this, and he is #1, and then Bezos.
Oh, Jeff Bezos, yeah.
And then Bill Gates. Embarrassing.
And when you go to the airport and you have a ticket and you get on a plane and you fly from LaGuardia to Charleston, South Carolina, the worst thing that is supposed to happen is they lose your suitcase.
Best advice I ever received was probably from my mother. Lo que es tuyo nadie te lo quite, and it means what is yours no one can take away from you.
When you look at me, you may be a little alarmed, but there's no need. It's me, Giles.
He said this was the way genius happened, with a little help from a friend. It seemed that I was on the verge of my greatest achievement.
Not doing it. They need to turn it up a notch because you literally feel like you have the flu. They try to make it seem like just your head hurts. I felt like my head was falling off.
How romantic it all seemed and how much in love the two of you were. So when your husband called, when Luke called to book a room,
And that's another exciting adventure in the TikTok. I'll definitely be looking at you guys, spying on you and watching what the fuck you do in your goddamn bedrooms all fucking night. Stupid motherfuckers.
Look at that, it's a rug you put on the floor. Except for it looks like $100 bill. I love them. Get me 20 of them.
Peter Jackson comes from New Zealand, says to me, Sir Ian, I want you to be Gandalf the wizard. And I say to him, you are aware that I am not really a wizard.
Yeah, I know. You got killed robbing a liquor store right next to a police station. Like I said, a fucking idiot.
The final's always a one-on-one competition, but they switch it up every time. Last year, it was a foam sword fighting match.
Oh, boo-hoo, poor little rich kid. I know you've been pumping drugs and shit to kids around here. I bet your respectable family would help me out if I went to them.
It's just that I've seen this before. You changed things on that bridge. It's a wrinkle in reality.
And it's pretty high up, you know, looking up where you're like, 15 feet's not a big deal. But then when you're up there, you're like, holy cow, this is pretty high up there.
I just sat in the room and played and kind of came up with ways to communicate with each other. And the writers, directors, producers all had their ideas that they would interject too. So it was a very collaborative effort.
And to answer your other questions, last night did happen. It wasn't a dream. And it will happen again.
they'll just be talking into the void, and it's our job to make sure that they know where they're coming from and how that other person's going to respond, where the build needs to be.
Little has changed over the years, but yeah, I didn't know I was gonna end up as a voice actor.